This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Otago University hold its nerve to claim yet another Dunedin Premier Club rugby banner. A scientific research ship takes time away from Antarctic ice and deep ocean trenches to show Dunedin its secrets. And a new mini exhibition at Otago Museum's Te Huta Tropical Forest highlights the power of plants. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Simon Anderson. Otago University held its nerve to claim yet another Dunedin Premier Club rugby banner on Saturday. After sharing the title with Harbour last year, another draw was looming until students managed to steal a dramatic victory.
Jubilation from Otago University, a last-minute try sealing a dramatic win against Taieri in the Dunedin Premier Club Rugby final at Forsyth Bar Stadium on Saturday. The win extra special after they shared the title with Harbour last year following a drawn match.
That, we don't have to share it this year, but all credit to Taieri the way they played. They didn't give up at all. They came out fighting in that second half. But yeah, look, it's we're a side that's capable of that, and I'm just really proud of the lads. So
this year's title didn't come easy for the students. Taieri produced an epic fight back from 31-3 down at half-time to level the scores at 31-all with 5 minutes remaining. But extra time was avoided when University prop Angus Williams drove over from close range in the final minute of the match to seal the 38-31 win.
In true varsity style, we let it come close again, and then we managed to find that second win somehow. Taieri had their tails up. Full credit to them, they came out in the second half and were outstanding. But our boys have sort of been there before, and in the semi-final, and even a handful of boys from last year have been in the team again, so we're just lucky to get over.
Taieri scored 28 unanswered points and dominated all but the last minute of the second half, but couldn't quite finish off their remarkable comeback.
we've been in worse positions before, so that's how the Eels go. We don't give up, we don't die wondering, and we just needed some field position. That's what we didn't have in the first half.
The second half comeback sending a few waves of panic through the varsity camp.
I just said to the lads, look, got a message out saying just hold on to the ball, just save that possession, just go one-offs and hit it up, at least get a penalty if we could. But in the end we got that try, and thank God for that.
The win sealing the club's 51st premiership title in Dunedin, the South Today.
Thousands of Dunedin residents took an evening walk along George Street over the weekend to admire the temporary glowing displays installed in the middle of the road. The main street between St Andrew and Hanover Streets was partially closed for a light display using Angus Muir's art installations. Proving to be a hit with the crowd, the sculptures have been displayed all over the world, including Jerusalem, Singapore and Auckland. Shopkeepers were mixed in their reports of whether the closure increased or decreased retail custom, with many saying it would have been better if the road had been totally closed to traffic. The partial road closure is the first of many City Council experiments to shift the balance of the area in favour of pedestrians. The DCC's principal urban designer could not be reached for comment. A scientific research ship has taken time away from Antarctic ice and deep ocean trenches to show Dunedin its secrets. Tangaroa is NIWA's largest vessel, and it docked at the Freret Street Wharf over the weekend for a public open day.
Ready to challenge the deep, the research vessel Tangaroa visiting Dunedin for a public open day, which matches an oceanographic exhibition at Otago Museum.
So we've decided to come down to Dunedin to coincide with the James Cameron exhibition at the Museum of Otago, Challenging the Deep.
The Tangaroa is a premier research ship in NIWA's fleet.
This research vessel does a wide variety of marine research, everything from fishery stock assessment to marine biology, marine geology, ocean physics, and also atmosphere studies out at sea as well. So we've really covered the whole maritime environmental cycle.
The Tangaroa is a fully spec'd ocean-going ship. 2 years ago, the crew collected the deepest ever sediment sample from the bottom of the ocean, and she's also capable of handling the wild seas of the Antarctic Ocean.
We went down to about 77 degrees south, which is almost down as far as the McMurdo and Scott bases, and it's quite a thrilling adventure to get down to Antarctica in the first place through the Southern Ocean, which is notorious. And then once you're down amongst the ice, it's a very surreal environment and quite a special place to be.
The next port of call for the ship is Wellington for maintenance, before travelling back out to sea for fisheries research. In Dunedin, the South Today.
A dedicated group of about 30 people have made a stand against the title of World's Steepest Street being taken from Baldwin Street and given to the North Wales town of Harlech. Software developer Matthew Kramer led the charge up the street, which he originally planned would involve lime scooters, cyclists and a crowd of redheads, as Dunedin is the most Scottish city in the country. No scooters turned up, but several people, including some with conspicuous auburn locks, took on the daunting challenge of cycling or running up the steep street under the curious gaze of residents. The crowd made their way up the street to the accompaniment of bagpipes from John McGlashan College. Another social media event titled We Make Baldwin Street Steepest Again is scheduled for Thursday. A new mini-exhibition at Otago Museum's Te Huta Tropical Forest highlights the power of plants. The exhibition focuses on medicinal plants and the origins of plant medicine.
Taking herb for good health. An interpretive panel points out the study of plant medicine, also known as herbalism, can be traced back about 5,000 years to Sumeria, now known as Iraq. Otago Museum science communicator Alice Morrison says the current temporary display comes from her university studies.
I'm an humanities major, I'm an anthropology major, so I wanted to draw in some cultural, historical knowledge of uses of plants and how they're used, obviously medicinal uses come in heavily in culture.
The panel on Māori medicine says Raukoa in Māori culture refers to a body of knowledge about health and well-being, which includes physical, emotional, spiritual and mental health.
A kokamuka or a hibi, so it's heavily used primarily by Maori back in the day for dysentery or to treat dysentery. Not exactly the most glamorous use, but it was so heavily used that it was even used by soldiers in World War II, which is quite fantastic.
As well as hibi, Morrison says harakeke or flax is used in many different aspects of healthcare, from healing wounds to more invasive uses.
The string, of course, that you can make from flax was used to tie off umbilical cords and for sutures and things like that.
Many effective medicines are derived from plants, including aspirin from willow bark and the heart medication digoxin, which comes from foxgloves. Morrison says many common herbs have medicinal value.
We have thyme, which actually, as well as its sort of soothing effect, you can get the derivative thymol, which is used in antiseptics and in anaesthetics as well. So a wide range that I went for, and some more herbalism based and some more scientific modern based as well, yeah.
She says the plants are doing quite well in the tropical forest environment with its high humidity and 30+ degree temperatures. The temporary display is set to run until late September. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. House prices in Waitaki grow at a record rate, and we have part 2 of a 7-part series looking at volunteer work done in the wake of the Christchurch mosque attacks.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
At Alex Campbell Menswear, we bring you the best value. We have bought a massive selection of moleskins, and we're passing on the savings to you. Buy one pair, save $25. Buy two, save $60, and we've got a great deal on our knitwear. Look at it all. 25% off all our knitwear. And to go with the knitwear, what about a nice warm shirt? These are 25% off too. And while we're doing the 25% off, what about on the jackets? 25% off them as well.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So check us out for massive savings this winter.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
No mai nor, welcome back. House prices in the Waitaki district have risen by over 48% over the past 4 years, almost double the rate of national growth. Figures from the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand show the median price for houses sold in the district has risen to $310,000. Otago's median house price rose over 53% to $455,000. Waitaki Mayor Gary Kircher says anecdotally, a good number of new people are moving to the district, drawn by the job opportunities, housing availability and affordability. The Christchurch terror attack in March devastated the Muslim community and the city. Several volunteer groups rallied to support victims' families, the injured and the wider Muslim community. Here is part 2 of a 7-part series looking at just a few of the hundreds of volunteers who helped out.
A lot of those can go into the container. Thank you. We've got drivers ready to go now, so someone will be on their way to deliver the pre-made lunches. They'll be cold, so just heat them up. And we're really sorry for your loss, and please call me. My name is Bianca. Call me if you need anything at all. And thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you. There's a call that I saw on this actual Facebook page that people needed some paper plates and knives and forks. So I came along and there was a family there and she looked so desperate and she asked me if I knew where her husband was. And obviously I didn't, but we took them in and she was with her 2 young children and I looked after the children all day Saturday and Saturday night while she tried to find where her husband was. So I just stayed with that family and tried to support them as much as I could and trying to be sensitive to their culture and their needs, and I've learned so much in doing so. On Sunday morning when I came back in to help them, unfortunately he is one of the victims, so that was just heartbreaking. I mean, I was only with him for 8 hours and the bond I created with that family is just amazing. Sorry, I'm getting upset. So that's why I'm here. Yeah, sorry. No, it's really hard, and just seeing the people that I'm working with are affected. Like Yobi's got friends that have been affected by this, and you know, it's just I just want to be here, and this is why I'm doing it. And yeah, so anything we can do. Yeah, the little girl was so sweet, and now she doesn't have a dad, and it's just like it's so sad. And I'm worried for the lady because, you know, a lot of these women don't drive or have jobs, or, you know, they don't even know how to get to their bank accounts. And so it's just really urgent that we help them while we can. And we don't know we've got nothing to do with the money that's going into the fund. So, you know, we don't know if they're getting the help that they need. So this is all I can do, and this is all I will do. And I'll be here for as long as they need me to be. So yeah, sorry for my breakdown. Well, okay, I'm good. Don't make me cry again. Goodness. God, how are you doing, by the way?
My name is Joby. You can call me Joby, but it's a pretty long name. It's Joby Rajaratnam. I couldn't speak up for 2 days, right, for Friday and Saturday. I can't speak to my friends and I can't speak to anything. I came, you know, I felt better when I've been to the gathering that has happened in Auckland. Then when I been there, I was crying and I made the hentel and, you know, lighting up the hentel, and I said to myself I had to do something about it. And when I heard that they wanted to come in, and I even had my uni, I had my labs and all my assignment and everything, I left everything. I said, even I'm failing the papers, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna flying in to Christchurch and do whatever I can on the field, because the people need experts who can help them and assist them what they needed. I came from Sri Lanka as a refugee, but we stayed in a refugee camp in Indonesia. I was 18, right, and I had no choice or whatsoever. But I lived in detention for like more than 3 to 4 months, and then moved from detention to a refugee camp, just because everyone is get arrested in detention camp, and the only people because we were being removed out of detention after 8 people were killed in the detention center. And I didn't have father, so I had to be separated from my mom and sister. So I was living with the men's section in the detention compared to women's section. And it's pretty hard, even with the detention center. It's like very small centers that have you have to have like 40 people in a very small cell, right? And I was like so heartbroken when I heard that we went through a lot back in the country, and we went through a lot being in a refugee camp. And after we being rescued and finding a safe country and starting a new life, we still being questioned for our safety. That's when I felt so broken, and that's when I felt like every new refugees who are moving into the country gonna question whether they're gonna be safe anymore.
And we'll bring you part 3 of the 7 videos in this Wednesday's bulletin. After the break on the South Today, winning entries from the Hokanui Fashion Show are anything but uniform, and we travel south to Oriti Beach near Invercargill to witness those partaking in this year's Polar Plunge.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
At Alex Campbell Menswear, we bring you the best value. We have bought a massive selection of moleskins, and we're passing on the savings to you. Buy 1 pair, save $25. Buy 2, save $60, and we've got a great deal on our knitwear. Look at it all, 25% off all our knitwear. And to go with the knitwear, what about a nice warm shirt? These are 25% off too. And while we're doing the 25% off, what about on the jackets? 25% off them as well.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So check us out for massive savings this winter.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Step into Shop on Carroll and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Oh mate, I'm thinking about getting a new ute.
Thanks for staying with us. A chance find of disused sports uniforms has led to a top fashion award for a young Dunedin designer. Year 12 Bayfield High School pupil Abby Clayton says she was rummaging through the school cupboard for recyclables when she came across the inspiration for her winning entry in Saturday night's MLT Hokanui Fashion Design Awards in Gore. The design is a humorous take on a sporty little number made from old basketball singlets. It won her the School Recyclable section and Overall School Award of Excellence at this year's awards. The event thrilled the sellout crowd at the Gore Town and Country Club Stadium. Designs ranged from the elegant and eminently wearable to the avant-garde. The Overall Award of Excellence winner Donna Dinsdale's design certainly embraced the unorthodox. The Tauranga design tutors ensemble of layered tweeds and a palette of duns and khakis, topped off with a mustard PVC pilgrim's hat, generated a collective intake of breath from the crowd when it hit the catwalk and proved to be a popular winner. Some 40 brave souls took part in this year's polar plunge at Oriti Beach near Invercargill on Saturday. It seemed as though the sun had come out especially to reward those taking part in the annual fundraiser.
From as far afield as Gore, over 3 dozen swimmers taking to the Southern Ocean at Oriti Beach in the annual polar plunge over the weekend. Costume wearing was encouraged with prizes for the best dressed, and some swimmers displaying a hint of bravado before taking the plunge.
Pretty cold, I'd say. It'll be alright though, it'll be good.
The plunge was held to raise funds for Oriti's surf lifesaving, with the intrepid individuals being asked for a gold coin donation.
To raise money for the lifesaving and a bit of fun. And a bit of fun. Get dressed up. Yeah, it's going to be great. It's cold. Yeah.
For many, the day was a good excuse to just go out and do something different.
I'm really excited. I feel like it's going to be really cold. It is. But I'm really, really excited.
Originally intended to be held a few weekends earlier, the event had been postponed due to bad weather. In Invercargill, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Otago University held its nerve to claim yet another Dunedin Premier Club rugby banner on Saturday, grabbing the title in the last minute. A scientific research ship has taken time away from Antarctic ice and deep ocean trenches to show Dunedin its secrets to an eager crowd. And a new mini exhibition at Otago Museum's Te Hura Tropical Forest highlights the power of plants and their medicinal qualities. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. We welcome editor Barry Stewart. Kia ora, Barry.
Hello, Simon. Otago's drinking water supplies are failing, with only a fraction meeting national standards. A report out today on that. Wow. The wife of a Balclutha halal meat worker is to be deported because of a clerical error after 12 years in New Zealand. So we have a story on that, and of course we have a snow warning in the south, so look forward to that. And the Baldwin Street saga is not over. The street is to be remeasured within the week and then let the battle begin. So we'll see what happens there. More details have emerged of a twin hotel development in Queenstown's Gorge Road that will add 437 rooms to the resort's accommodation capacity. Former All Black and Highlanders loose forward Adam Thompson is set to return to the Otago rugby
back.
team, and I think Adam is 37 years old, so still going strong. More sport, the Black Caps were named today to the squad for Sri Lanka, so details of that in the paper tomorrow.
That's very good. Thank you very much, Barry. And now let's take a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with today's southern view of a Dunedin resident who regularly feeds gulls at Queen's Gardens. Looking at the situation, a very cold wintry week ahead with frequent periods of low-level snow and coastal sleet inland as persistent southwesterly airflow chills the region. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport can expect a wet day and 12 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim are also due for showers during the day with a high of 15 degrees. Moving down to Canterbury, there are cloudy skies for Kaikoura and Christchurch with 14 degrees, planned for 13 degrees and rain in Ashburton. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns, Lumsden, the Catlins and Gore can all expect freshening southwesterlies, rain or late snow and 8 degrees. Balclutha, you're similar but 1 degree cooler on 7. Travelling westward to the Central Lakes, Queenstown and Wanaka have moderate southwesterlies, snow later and are heading for 7 degrees. Alexandra and Te Anau, you're slightly warmer with fresh southwesterlies and some rain. 9 degrees for Alexandra and 8 for Te Anau. Looking at the northern towns, along the coast, Timaru and Oamaru can expect a southerly change in rain later, 12 for Timaru and 11 for Oamaru. Inland, in Omarama and Twizel, you should have gusty southwesterlies and some rain, and highs of just 8 degrees. In Dunedin, there will be some cloud tonight with light northerlies and an overnight low of 5. Sunny periods at first tomorrow, but periods of rain developing from about midday with fresh gusty southwesterlies. A high of 11 and a low of 3. Very cold on Wednesday with wintry showers of hail and sleet and some snow on the higher hills. Looking at a chilly high of 6 then and a low of 2. And moving to Invercargill. Rain developing later tonight with an overnight low of 7. Cloudy tomorrow with periods of rain easing to showers late in the day. Southwesterly winds becoming strong and gusty and much colder. Expect a high of 9 degrees and a low of 3. Sleet and hail showers on Wednesday with snow on higher ground and very cold blusty southwest winds. A high of 6 and a low of 3. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening and week. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.